Hi, this is Marianne Schultz, and this is a review of the MacBracket for Apple's MacBook Air. All of Apple's MacBook Airs lack a Kensington lock slot, so if you wanted to secure them while you're on the go with the traditional computer lock or laptop cable lock, you can't do that. So this company in Germany, MacBracket, has created this product that essentially gives you a Kensington lock slot that you can insert into the hinge of the MacBook Air. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. This retails for just under 20 euros, which is around 25 US dollars. There are two versions. There's one for the 2010 and later MacBook Airs, and another one available for the older 2008 and 2009 models. The one I have here is the 2010 and later version that I've been using with my mid-2011 11-inch MacBook Air. Looking at the MacBracket up close, it's made of, according to MacBracket, a high-quality alloy. And it has, let me zoom in here a little bit or focus in, it has their website etched into the top, fairly discreet. Don't really notice it until you're up close, which is generally the way I prefer my logos on products. And then here at the end is the Kensington lock slot. Now in terms of using it, so let me pull out here, got a couple things. Here on the side I've got my lock and I've got my 11-inch MacBook Air. In terms of using the MacBracket, you will want to take a very close look at the instructions on how to install it. So MacBracket makes these available on their site. I printed them out because I really wanted to refer to them closely. It takes a bit of time just to get the hang of how to install it because the angles are a little tricky, but enough of that. So just so you know that the instructions are out there, let me show you how you do install it. So I apologize in advance because this has taken me a fair amount of practice to essentially get used to how you do this. I'm not going to bore you with the details of the instructions, but at least just try to show you as quickly as I can how you install this. So it goes into the hinge here. You have to get the display open at just the right angle, and that's the tricky part, kind of getting used to the angles that you need to have your screen at in order for it to work well. So the instructions do say a little bit greater than 45 degrees, and you can see it just slid kind of right into the hinge here on the bottom. See, it's right at the perfect angle right now. So if I slide that in, there we go, it goes right in. And then when I turn this over, oops, I can't see it there on the front, there. So you can see it popped up on the front right there. And then open it a little bit further. And then, oops, that's a little too far. But there's a point where you can slide it. There you go. So there, slide it over to the right to expose the lock slot here. And then let me open this up a little wider. And then I have my Kensington lock right here, and I can just put that in and lock that puppy up. So there you go. Of course, this isn't secured to anything because I just wanted to show you exactly how that works. But that's how you insert the MacBracket into your MacBook Air. So that's how it works, and then taking it out is pretty much the same process in reverse. So let me just take that out, put away my lock. Okay, watch that fall out because that's what it's going to do. And then close this a little bit to get it to the right angle. Oops, slide that back a little bit. Do that a little sooner. There we go. Slide that out. You can see it's already falling, it's starting to fall through the hinge right there. And so then if I like to monkey with it a little bit to get it to appear on the back side. Oops, it's pretty loose already. Now the instructions say here at one point that you're going to see it just fall out once you get to your display open to the right angle. I haven't seen that happen, but hey, it still works to get it out. Of course, I'm having more trouble with it now than I'm doing this on video, which is awesome. I swear I get this out. I really do. All right. Let's put this inside. Change the angle there a little bit. And then, there we go. Okay, so now it's out. Yay! So that is how you insert and remove the MacBracket. Now there is one thing that you do need to remember, and I should have showed you this while I had it inserted, but you can, if you forget about the Mac bracket and you try to close the lid of your display, you can damage your MacBook Air. So it's very important to remember that you have it installed. I feel like it's obvious enough while it's in that you realize that it's there. You're not going to do that. I haven't done it. I don't think I will. But just it is something to remember. I found that with the Mac bracket installed, I don't have any problems using my MacBook Air. I can open the lid to any usable angle that is typical for me when I'm sitting at a desk in a coffee shop or what have you. But just to cover in closing now the pros and cons of the Mac bracket. I do think it's a very portable and simple solution to address the missing security slot in the MacBook Air. It's a very easy way to add a layer of security, particularly if you already have a Kensington lock in your possession. With cons, or in terms of cons, it does take some time to get the hang of installing and removing it. You saw my kind of fumbling with it. Of course, I'm on video, so it makes me a little more nervous to do that in front of other people, if you will. But that is still after kind of practicing here and there, using it, trying to use it as much as possible to be able to do it smoothly, which I still can't do clearly. I am a little worried that it could be scratching the hinge, at least the unseen part, of course. You saw me slide it over to the right to expose the lock slot so I could actually connect the lock to it. And I think it might scratch, like I said, the hidden part of the hinge and possibly this portion right here of the MacBook Air itself. So if you're not careful, if you're not lifting it up as you're sliding it over, it could possibly scratch just a little bit. I haven't noticed the scratching on my MacBook Air yet, but it is something to consider. It is something to be careful of. So in summary, I do think the Mac bracket is a very easy way, again, as I mentioned, to secure your MacBook Air. If you have a lock, if you're at university or at a coffee shop or whatnot, it's definitely worthy of purchase, especially, again, as I mentioned, if you already have a lock. Of course, any traditionally secured Kensington lock, even if you have a computer with a slot in it, is not going to be steal-proof, if you will. Any determined thief with the right tools can steal anything they want, so do keep that in mind. But that's it for the Mac bracket. If you have any questions at all, you can contact me through my site, marianneschultz.com. I'll put a link in the video description to my site where there will also be more information on the Mac bracket. And thank you for watching.